rights are being violated beyond the obvious. There are some things that you're just going to know inherently are wrong. So I'm going to talk about those, but other issues as well, like the ones expressed in this video, in the video that we just saw. Who knew? Who knew that was a violation of the law? The officer didn't even know it. So that's what I'm talking about. You have to be educated. You have to be able to do what this gentleman did, and also educate those around you, including officers, because they don't know all of it. Because it's not their job to know all of it. Their job for the most part is to stop the bad guys. And I think it's also important, like I said, to elicit positive reinforcement to our law enforcement as well. Not be disrespectful and rude and suspicious, but to also be, you do also have to be vigilant. At the end of the day, it's what you're responsible for. If you choose that option. So and the reason why I say to use Ustream is because your device can be taken. We've seen time and time again, or at least read or heard reports of officers that did something wrong, and they would be caught on video, and they would go and take the person's cell phone and either confiscate it or destroy it or whatever, and just eliminate the evidence. So if you use Ustream, it goes out live, so it doesn't matter if they take your device or whatever. Of course, obviously you don't want that to happen, but you know that if it does happen, that encounter was recorded and sent out live. So somebody somewhere saw it, and it can be retrieved. That's and that's pretty much it. But the biggest point, like I said, to drive it home, is that the most important thing is to always just record every encounter that you have with an officer, and always just be willing to express your rights and educate and remind others around you what your rights are, because nobody has the right to push you around and bully you. On that note, actually, I'll have a guest, a new guest, joining me next weekend. We're actually going to have a special Saturday edition of LTF next weekend, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But it'll be a Saturday show as opposed to a Sunday. And my guest will be an officer friend of mine. I don't want to mention his name or anything on air. He said that it was okay to mention his name, but I'm not really comfortable with that. So I don't know. I'll check with him again and see how he feels about it, and maybe just use his first name or something like that. But I wanted to have him on so we could discuss, of course, the obvious being Ferguson and all the situations therein, and then also, just kind of get a cost perspective on that. And then also just discuss other, law enforcement issues. From police brutality, whether it exists and to what degree here in South Florida, as well as in other areas as well. I'm sure he's probably got friends that are law enforcement officers as well in other states, and maybe get some feedback on that, see what's going on in other states, but mostly just to get his feedback and his point of view and perspective as law enforcement officer on the whole Ferguson issue and what he thinks about that. I think that'll be a pretty interesting show, pretty enlightening. We're not going to be beating him up or anything like that. We're not going to just sit here and hurl insults and epithets at him. He's a friend, so I have the utmost respect for him, and I have the utmost respect for law enforcement in general. But obviously, there's something wrong, and it needs to be addressed. So it'll be a great show having him on next weekend. So make sure you check that out. That's next weekend, Saturday. Again, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think that's pretty much it. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show for this evening. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and tuning in once again on this beautiful Sunday evening. I really appreciate it. Please continue to spread the word. And check us out online once again at our website, talkfreedom.webs.com. Please subscribe and join the member section as well. Also, a big thanks to our sponsors, Helios Microwater. That's helios.com. That's Helios Water Group, the number 5.webs.com. That's Helios Water Group, the number 5.webs.com. And our other sponsor, Willpowered Fit Training. And you can find them online at willpoweredfittraining.webs.com. Again, that address is willpoweredfittraining.webs.com. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for sticking around tonight. Really appreciate it. God bless each and every one of you. Good night.
Because she right through you. You're wasting your time because